Like,
and
okay, perfect. That way I can sync it up in the editing.
all right, cool. We're good. All right, so welcome back to What the Fact. This is episode 2. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Me too.
We're back,
Yeah.
and first episode was a success. I want to thank everyone for watching
Yeah,
it,
thank you.
comments, in
All the
person,
feedback.
and just a lot of
that
feedback.
was good.
I was just talking to people at McDonald's one time, and their feedback was like, "Yeah, dude, that was really good. Like informational.
Nice.
Everyone loved the information, and then when they would want to fact check us, they could with the links, and
Exactly.
they found us a sound. So we're doing pretty good, I
Yeah.
guess. So today we're gonna be touching on some of the news, recent news again. We're gonna be something's on fire apparently, big forest, I
Burning.
guess, something that's important. And then there's also a Senate bill that people need to hear about here in California that's going up to Governor Newsom's office. So we want to talk about that. And then we're going to be touching on the issue of gun control in the wake of the recent shootings that have happened, especially El Paso, Texas. And then there was another one that happened recently in Odessa, I believe, if I'm saying that correctly. So we're going to be touching on the subject of, is gun control really the answer? Is there some other backwards facts? Maybe some other things we need to be touching on. All right, so why don't we get started with the recent headlines?
Yeah, let's go.
Sounds good. All right, so sounds good. All right, so what's going on? What's on fire, Trevor?
So the Amazon is on fire actually, and not the Amazon like Amazon, website, but the
Which many
Amazon
people
rainforest.
confused. Yeah.
Yeah, is on fire, and no one's doing anything about it.
It's been a long road. Brazilians started protesting about it when the clouds started getting so bad. They were literally blocking out the sun in some parts of South America. And so what happened was, the Amazon forest is the largest forest in the world, 17 times the size of the UK. And
That's crazy.
that's freaking huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. And so it obviously contributes a large amount of the world's oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it contributes 20% of the
Wow.
world's oxygen.
That's pretty crazy.
That's crazy. And a lot of things live there.
Yeah, there's like hundreds of indigenous tribes and millions of different plant species that are there.
Yeah.
And as well as animals.
Some of the
too.
most exotic creatures live there.
Yeah.
And then you have the indigenous peoples who have lived there forever.
Mm-hmm.
And they're supposed to be protected, but now they're suffering from this fire as
Yeah.
well.
Their homes
And
are.
it's just horrible. And so it took a while, but Brazil finally mobilized their army
That's right.
to help fight it. And then a guy, I believe the president of Bolivia,
Bolivia, yeah.
Yeah, he contracted a tanker, one of those planes that carries water.
Yeah.
And so that should have been in action by now. That was actually he contracted about a week ago, so he's putting that in action. And then I don't know if you heard about the G7 summit.
I did not.
Oh yeah, the G7 summit. So where a couple of really powerful world leaders, Trump included, got together and talked, and one of the subjects was the Amazon fires.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of the topics, and they wanted to commit $22 million
Wow.
to help these fires.
Yeah.
And Brazil said no.
They just shut them down.
Shut them down.
That's crazy.
And they did that because apparently France had made some comments they weren't exactly fond with.
Ooh.
And so he wants an apology.
Naughty France.
He wants an apology before he takes $22 million to save the world's lungs. Yeah, that sounds about right. And then President Trump has also gone on record, though, saying he will support, if it's needed, any aid that's requested, he'll try to give it to him.
Got it.
So U.S. is trying to do their part.
At least they're reaching out.
Yeah, people around the world are trying to do their part. Government leaders, it's just, is Brazil going to accept it, or are they going to keep this issue to themselves? I mean, we can't, and the thing is, a lot of people don't realize, it is Brazil's country.
It is.
We can't step in and just do whatever we want.
That's true.
As much as we claim as it's the world's lungs, it's on Brazil's land.
Yeah.
So Brazil has to deal with this. If they want aid, then they could get some. The
not.
reason Bolivia actually is involved is because some of Bolivia is burning. So
Oh.
the Amazon forest, as much as it covers mostly Brazil, it's in other countries as well. And so Bolivia is one of those countries. And so
Okay.
that's why they're doing the contracting of the tanker. In other recent news, we have California Senate Bill 24. And I don't know if you've heard about this bill, but I'm not very fond of it.
No.
So this bill would mandate all California state universities and all universities of California to provide abortion drugs to students.
Yeah.
Now, as much as it's not even about whether you're for abortion or against abortion, it's financially, this doesn't make sense.
No, so that's coming from the students'
Exactly.
money for something that...
Exactly. This money's going to have to come from the students. Okay? Granted, private entities could donate to this. But whatever's not donated, the students are going to pay for. Their student fees are going to go through the roof.
Whether they want it or not.
Exactly. If you're for abortion, it doesn't matter. You're still paying for it. If you're against abortion, but you don't want to have it for yourself, you're still going to pay for it. Why does that make... It doesn't make any sense. And if you look at the stats, okay, Dr. Daniel Grossman, he testified in favor of this bill, but his own statistics counteract how do I say this? How productive it would actually be.
Wow.
I mean, if you look at this, this drug fails 3% of the time before 6 weeks of abortion, before 6 weeks of term, and 15% after 9 weeks. 15% after 9 weeks. So, by Grossman's estimate, this guy who's for the bill, you're going to have about 500 women using this drug a month. 500.
That's crazy.
That's a lot of women using this drug.
Yeah.
And about 15 to 75 of these women are going to need follow-up surgical abortions because this drug will fail. But it won't fail to the point where they can carry the baby to full term. It's going to fail to the point where if they don't have an abortion surgically to remove the baby out of the woman, it's going to cause some difficulty with the mother. So this drug that's supposed to work, it's going to fail at least 3% of the time. At least. By Dr. Daniel Grossman's numbers. Okay? So 15 to 75 women are going to have to get taken to an abortion facility, have a surgical abortion, all this money coming from the students' pockets. And the UCs and CSUs have gone on record stating this as a fact.
Really?
Yes, they did this actually in court. When this was presented to Congress, my bad, not in court, in Congress, they said that this is going to use student fees.
So they just are agreeing with it. Like,
I don't know if they're agreeing it, but they're telling people, hey, this is going to come out of students' pockets. So as much as you think it's going to just be something that doesn't cost money, no, it's going to cost money, and that money's going to have to come from students. So it's really bad. A lot of people have been, there's a bunch of people that are filling out letters stating all these facts about the financial irresponsibility this will cause, and they're trying to send this up to the state capitol to fix it.
Yeah.
But who knows if this is going to work. I mean, if this goes through, expect your student fees to go up. So not only are you going into debt because of tuitions, your student fees are going to cost a lot more than they are right now.
Yeah.
Get smart, America. Yeah, more importantly, get smart, California, on this one.
Yeah. Definitely California.
Definitely going to need Get Smart for California. All right, so I think it's time for the main topic.
Yeah, I think so.
This is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, though.
Get ready. All right, so gun violence. It's something that has been plaguing our nation, apparently. Recent shootings, mass shootings, actually. And a lot of people are calling for restrictions on guns, claiming that guns are the problem. And it's the guns being used to kill people. So why not restrict access to those? I mean, so let's look at the facts and see what's actually going on when it comes to gun violence and mass shootings. All right, so Washington Post defines mass shootings as an instance where 4 or more people are killed by a shooter or shooters. Okay, there's some instances where there's 2 shooters or more. And not only does the Washington Post use this definition, but multiple other news sites use 4 or more injured or killed
to be considered a mass
shooting.
Got it.
So this isn't just one article, this is multiple. So from the beginning of 2019, this year, to about September 2nd, there have been 69 lives lost to mass shootings. Okay, the largest being in El Paso, where 22 people died. And that was, I believe, in a Walmart.
Yeah, it was.
So that was a big one. After that, Walmart stated they don't want people carrying, open carrying, my bad, not just carrying, carrying weapons inside a Walmart.
Yep.
And so, it's become a large issue. Again, this isn't just the first time it's happened, though, but I think this is the biggest it's getting.
Yeah, I think so.
It's getting bigger. And so people are saying it's the guns, and they're saying restrictions will help, but there are 2 arguments people use against this.
Yeah.
And two arguments are, one, mental health,
Yep.
and the other one is
That guns are a tool.
exactly the guns are a tool. And so we're going to look at these arguments and a couple
Yeah.
of other statistics that people need to know, a couple of little things to educate you about guns.
Yeah.
And hopefully you take this information and you really use it to develop your opinion on this matter. All right, so let's first clear up some confusion about the AR-15.
Yeah. So
it's kind of embarrassing.
it is a
actually.
little
It's
embarrassing.
a little embarrassing.
So most people think that the AR in front of AR-15 stands for assault rifle, which it actually does not. If you look it up, it does stand for Armalite, which is just a brand of a gun. It's not assault rifle. It's just the brand.
It's the brand. So Armalite is the one that developed AR-15 styled guns.
Yes.
Similar to how Ford has the F-150, right? So there's the Ford F-150, okay? And then you have the Chevy Silverado 1500, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
And then
1500.
Ram 1500, I believe, as well. So, okay, those are all half-ton trucks.
Yep.
They're all based off the same idea.
Exactly.
Okay?
Just different brand.
Exactly, but just because it's a truck doesn't mean it's a semi-truck. Okay, so and this is the most accepted definition of the assault rifle is actually a gun that can go into a fully automatic mode. So you're talking pull the trigger and it just keeps firing. Okay, an example of an assault rifle would be
A U.S. military M4.
the M4, the rifle used by our men and women serving us. So this can go full auto mode, firing 700 to 900 rounds per minute. Per minute.
That's pretty crazy.
700 to 900 rounds per minute. I don't want to do the math right now, but that's a lot of rounds per second.
Yeah.
That thing's fine. That's over 100 rounds per second. Wait, okay, no, never mind. That was bad math. Okay, it's over 10
never
rounds
mind.
per second. I just got out of school, guys. Math is not my best subject right now. But yeah, no, over 10 rounds per second. That's a lot. Okay, now that's an assault rifle. Okay, then you look at a gun that's been used more often in history, and you're going to see the AR-15. Okay, now the AR-15 is one that cannot fire fully automatic.
Yeah. So it's a semi-automatic gun, which is like fully automatic, but at the same time completely different, because when you pull the trigger, it's not just going to continuously shoot. It's going to shoot like one round,
One bullet.
and then you have to click it again. So
one pull, one bullet.
it's
One pull, one bullet. And the max you can get on an AR-15 style rifle is 60 to 90 rounds per minute, which is still a lot. Don't get me wrong, it's still a lot, but it is not 700 to 900.
No.
So to confuse assault rifle with an AR-15, you're way off.
Yeah.
That's just a really bad misconception that goes around. Not just, and it's everyone in America. Honestly, it's an education thing. People just haven't been educated about this. Technical difficulties once more. Okay, we're back though. And as we were saying, so, and to clarify, the U.S. military M4 has never been used in mass shootings here in America. Okay, the AR-15 though it has been used as a base platform, as we talked about earlier. Same with the F-150. It's just a base platform. So there are guns that are similar to AR-15s, and they're styled like AR-15s, but they are not actually assault rifles. They're semi-automatic, one bullet pull per trigger. Now, sometimes people can use a bump stock to make this happen faster. So a bump stock actually is something that pushes the gun back into your finger. So like you have it here, and it goes backwards and forwards, and so it's forcing the gun against your finger. So that's how you probably would get the max rounds per minute. But it's still not fully automatic. You're still not hitting 700, 900 rounds per minute.
That's crazy.
It's just insane. So first argument, guns are a tool. Guns are a tool.
Yeah.
So let's look at some stats from previous years real quick.
So in 2017, 10,874 people were killed in drunk driving accidents.
Drunk driving accidents.
Not
guns.
Guns.
Not just regular accidents. These are drunk driving accidents. So someone was drunk and it killed people. Okay. 10,874.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That is a lot.
But get this. 1,591 were killed with knives or cutting instruments.
And this is the same year.
Same year.
2017.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's, okay.
And then hands and feet killed 696.
So that's hand-to-hand combat,
Yeah.
pretty much. So, like, no weapons used.
No.
Punching, kicking, choking. Okay.
And only 461 died in mass shootings.
Now, not only.
Not only,
That's
but-
still, but in comparison to the other numbers, it's not as many as people make it out to be.
No, that's the least of the four that I
Yeah,
just named.
and there are other ones that are even lower. There are
Yeah.
other ones that are even higher. But these are just to show that the tools that cause death, it varies.
Yeah.
So when it comes to assault rifle, or not even assault rifles, my bad, AR-15 style rifles, okay, in these mass shootings, they're not killing as many people as knives. And I don't see any outcries to ban knives.
No,
I'm not seeing any outcries to ban your hands and feet.
that'd be kind of ridiculous.
That'd be kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
And no one is stopping alcohol.
No.
Okay, last time we banned alcohol, crime went up. It skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Look up the prohibition, guys. That's right, guys. Prohibition.
I think so.
I believe so. Anyways, when alcohol was banned, it was bad. Okay, it's back, and it's still killing over 10,000 people a year. At least, and that's just with drunk driving accidents. You're not even talking about drunk driving
Fights
or alcohol poisoning.
Oh, yeah.
That could happen too.
Sure.
And no one's calling for alcohol to be banned. Okay, why? Because it's something people use.
Yeah.
Okay, whoever uses it determines how it's used.
To the
Same with
degree
knives.
and how responsible they are.
Exactly. Same with knives. Same with hands and feet.
Same with guns.
Same with guns. It's the person behind the gun that's determining how it's used.
Yeah.
So that's just something. That's a stat that a lot of people like tend to avoid.
Yeah.
They're missing the information right there, the facts behind it. So yeah, if you ban guns because they're tools to kill, then you got to look into banning all this other stuff too.
Yeah.
All these other things that are killing people: drunk driving, alcohol,
Yep.
knives, guns.
Hands and feet.
Yeah, hands and feet.
I mean,
Okay, it's just not. It's not going to
No,
happen.
yeah.
You can't do that because there are the responsible ones, and then there are the irresponsible ones that just make everyone else look bad.
exactly.
Okay, you have a drunk friend who does not know how to control himself drinking wise. Okay, he's gonna look stupid in front of everyone. If you're associated with him, you would look stupid too.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. You're not gonna cut off the entire world from alcohol or the entire country from alcohol just because one dude looks stupid. You just don't do that. Okay, you try to moderate it.
Maybe try
Okay.
to help them,
Okay, yeah, exactly.
but
Take them to get help, rehab. Okay, so like with alcohol, there's an age limit, 21.
yeah.
Okay, now in some states here in the United States, you don't have to be 21 to purchase a rifle. You have to be 18. Okay, so maybe that's something we could look into.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a better option. Change the age. Okay, or even look into who's buying these guns.
Yeah.
Who are the people that are buying these guns? Should they be allowed to have it in their hand? Have them in their hand. I'm stuttering again, guys.
Yeah.
I need water. Okay? So that's something people need to start looking into. Is who's behind the guns?
Yeah.
Who's using these guns? And I think that we're going to take a look into that
Yeah.
during episode 3.
Episode
So, thank you for watching What the Fact.
3. Yeah.
Hope to see you guys again.
Yeah.
Come back for part 2.
Yeah. Get smart, America.
Exactly.